up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com, admitting once and for all, I was a huge fan of Friends. I love the show. And Friends and Seinfeld, those are my two shows that I really liked when I was growing up. Even before then, huge fan of Cheers. My kind of comedy. I liked it. And Matthew Perry has passed away, which is sad. Here's a guy's a great actor. Look, man, I know a lot of people in my circle, when he started selling shirts, bragging about being vaccinated, all that stuff, you know, they fell out of favor. Dude, I don't care if someone like believes in a shot or doesn't. As long as you don't try and mandate it on everybody, I'm cool. I don't know if he did that. Don't care. Didn't listen anyway. Bottom line is, Friends is an amazing show. But I just want to point out more fake news. It seems like, I was talking to my good friend Alan Roberts about this. It seems like when they have a concerted effort to go after things, they do it all at once, being the media and the medical community and the government institutions. Now, remember that 70 to 80% of the ad revenue for media, be it the New York Times, the New York Post, Fox News, it's coming from Pfizer. It's coming from Moderna. It's coming from Big Pharma. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of Big Pharma. This is a industry that brought us a little blue pill that made it so Hugh Hefner can bang blondes well into his late 80s, right? This is a industry that keeps people alive 20, 30 years longer than they should be alive. This is an industry that if you have a heart problem, they give you beta blockers or statins or whatever, and they make your heart last longer. You just can't replace what Big Pharma does with natural stuff. A lot of the time, a lot of people who are anti-Big Pharma are just like, well, I don't like Big Pharma. Yet, if you have a heart attack, you're going to the hospital, all right? And you're getting some Big Pharma, okay? Because Big Pharma helps. Now, the key in life is to avoid having to use Big Pharma, but in emergency, break glass. And right now, glass is Big Pharma, and it pretty much always will be, because there are certain things that modern medicine does that we cannot do through simply eating old beef and doing, you know, and sunning our balls. Just sunning our balls or our taint or whatever the hell these people are sunning isn't going to do it. I do the sauna. I do all this hippie stuff. I showed you I do red light all the time. I do sauna. I get my circadian rhythm thing. I do cold exposure. I do all this stuff. I take all the supplements in the world. But if I have a heart attack, and there's a chance I will, there's a chance everyone will, I'm going to the doctor. If I have an issue where I need beta blockers, I'm going to take beta blockers, okay? Let's just be honest here, okay? Stuff's really awesome. Look at metformin. You got all these people, longevity people advising metformin. That is Big Pharma, guys. My dad was on metformin for a long time. This is back in the 80s and 90s, right? So Matthew Perry, here's the what I'm getting at is, I believe that Big Pharma is advising their advertising partners, people who they pay to advertise with, to completely use any reason they can to crap on being healthy and being well and take charge of your own health. But this is a weird one because it's going after testosterone replacement therapy. And I don't even know if it makes sense, the conclusions I'm getting, but testosterone replacement therapy is not a mainstream medical treatment. It is not Ozempic. It is not beta blockers. It is not the Mexican beer virus treatment. It is usually given by hormone clinics, and it is a prescribed drug, but it's also not very expensive. Like being on TRT, $100 or so a month, if that. I mean, it's not much to be on just testosterone. So why would they vilify it? Well, I think they're vilifying masculinity at the same time. You know, as you age, if your body stops producing testosterone, it's going to just be crappy. It's not going to work as well. And that'll cause you, because I've gone over on this channel studies that show that having low testosterone is in and of itself dangerous to cardiovascular health, is in and of itself a predicator to a lot of illnesses. And also in and of itself, okay, if you're low testosterone, you stop training. Like there was just Menso, I can't pronounce the last name. He posted this thing on Instagram today, how being weak has cost Canadians billions of dollars because there's a lot of weak Canadians. And strength, as we've seen through what Stan Efferding's gone over, strength is a huge predicator of if you're going to die, of morbidity, as much or more so than cardiovascular measures. So here's what I'm going at. So this is the title of a New York Post. I'll read you some of this article. Matthew Perry was angry and mean from testosterone shots in week before death. This is really rich. I'm going to go into why, because he didn't die of testosterone. Matthew Perry was getting regular injections of testosterone in the weeks leading up to his tragic death, which a friend said left him angry and mean according to his autopsy. So it's amazing how is the testosterone doing this, because let's move on. The male hormone is one of many prescriptions the iconic Friend star had been taking when he accidentally drowned his hot tub, including ketamine, which was the cause of his death. So here's a guy who literally, now here's the thing, he was 54. He was undergoing frequent ketamine infusions to treat depression and drug addiction. The medical examiner noticed that the drug in his system could, so he got illegal ketamine, I can't pronounce it, whatever it is. And then he got more ketamine, okay? And he took enough that was literally a tranquilizer. It literally knocked him out. He was using this drug to wean himself off of drug addiction, and he was reportedly sober for 19 months. But I would say if you're doing a tranquilizer, are you really sober, or are you trading one vice for another? So check it out. So here's a paragraph. It is unclear why the actor was prescribed the male hormone, notorious for triggering aggression. But it's not. There's no data to back up that testosterone increases aggression. I could point to other steroids that do, but testosterone usually makes people happy. If you have low testosterone, it's gonna mess you up. You're gonna feel drained. You're gonna feel irritable, moody. Now, I will say, if you're going to a doctor and they jack your testosterone up too high, your concurrent rise in estrogen, the estrogen is what's gonna cause mood swings, right? Have you ever seen your wife when she has PMS? Just saying. So let me see what else we got. So they found a lot of stuff: vaping products, nicotine, smoking 2 packs a day, no alcohol, illicit drugs, or drug paraphernalia. So, but the medical examiner noted that the amount found in Perry's system could not have been from this final infusion treatment a week and a half before his death. And the amount found in Perry's system, the ketamine, was equivalent to general anesthesia given to surgical patients. So I want to go on and talk more about steroids. So here's some notes I took. So the concept of roid rage has been a subject, we hear about a lot, right? Like, roid rage, he's on roid. So God forbid a guy with muscle has a bad day, it's roid rage. But roid rage, what is it? Outbursts and mood swings supposedly caused by the use of anabolic steroids. The thing is, it's nuanced, right? Like I said, estrogen is probably what's causing, if there is an increase in aggression, that to happen. So, but it's not supported by scientific evidence. In fact, studies in this field suggest that negative emotion from TRT are rare and difficult to predict. In past studies showed negative emotion fail to consider other factors like the use of street drugs and stimulants. Again, here's a guy he's either on stuff or he's using enough tranquilizer. There's going to be ups and downs in that. And he's probably feeling bad about himself because he's a recovering addict and he's obese. So proper studies on TRT have found it to generally increase self-esteem, improve libido, and enhance concentration, leading to more positive moods and decreased likelihood of depression or mood swings. And this is actually from Alpha MD. I'm looking at this now. Where is I know I had a reference here. Struggling to find it, but I apologize for that. So at the end of the day, there is no link to testosterone and these mood swings or roid rage. I will say that if he is truly on TRT, if anything, like what I referenced before, if anything, what it's going to do is make you feel better. It's getting more energy, more libido, more confidence, more self-esteem. But it's certainly not going to cause you to rage out. Now, if Matthew Perry was doing a gram of Tren a week, okay. If he's doing halo testing, okay. But here's a fat, no offense, the article describes as mildly obese, which I look at as he's fat, okay? Here's a fat guy who's not nearly what he was once, going through depression, hell yeah, he's going to be moody. If anything, the testosterone will help improve his metabolic issues, help improve his attitude, help improve his virility, help him feel better, and actually help drag him out of this. Look, I've known people who've had depression and they've gone on TRT and it literally cured their depression. I am not a doctor. I am stating what I've been told. Again, consult your doctor or anything. I'm not making any medical claims. Testosterone, if you are deficient in it, which as a fat 54-year-old male who's been doing a ton of recreational drugs that Matthew Perry was, testosterone was probably really low, okay? The testosterone replacement would have made him better, would have made him healthier, would have made him more virile, would have made him more vibrant. I do not like when media just vilifies things it doesn't understand. And it did this back in the day with creatine, still does. It does this with everything. You have articles vilifying. There's an article today I just posted on X. Let me see if I can find this thing, man. There's an article today saying an exact one. I actually posted, where is this thing? So the article is from Eating Well, and the topic is eat less, move more, doesn't actually work for weight loss, according to a new study. Holy crap. So does that mean, so actually if you read into that, that would mean that eating more and moving less would actually lead to weight loss, because the inverse is true, right? Like, we're living in a freaking clown world. We're living in a world where the media is for some reason trying to vilify taking control of your own health, taking control of your hormones, taking control of all this stuff. And the media is trying to, I'll tell you right now what it's from. It's for Wegovy. It's for Ozempic. It's for those. They're trying to boost sales of those. They're trying to create an atmosphere more conducive to selling ads to Big Pharma. And again, if anybody's a fan of Big Pharma, it's me. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. The goal with Big Pharma is, one, not to absolutely need it all the time. Some people do. Beta blockers, statins, whatever, right? Metformin for some diabetic patients who aren't willing to make lifestyle changes. I get it. The goal is not to use Big Pharma, but when shit hits the fan, I want to know that I got Pfizer, Moderna, and all these other companies out there that are creating things that cause me not to die. So I am not anti-Big Pharma, but it is clear what's happening here. They are trying to use every chance they can to say that if you're fat, it's not your fucking problem. It's not because you're sitting on your fat ass eating fucking McDonald's, Netflixing and chilling. No, it's because of genetics, because of this. What is Wegovy? What is Ozempic? What they do is they kill your appetite and they help regulate your blood sugar, which means you're eating less. There is no reason to take these things if you can simply just eat less food. I'm serious. Like, it's an appetite suppressant, guys. It's not DNP where it's melting fat off your body. By those who don't know, DNP, do not take a dangerous drug. It'll burn you from the inside out, but it actually does pretty much incinerate fat without doing anything, but it'll kill you. So, I mean, yeah, you'll be lean when you're dead. So I've done a ton of videos on that in the past too. But I mean, look, man, this is not calling out Big Pharma. It's calling out, and look, man, I'm guilty of it, man. When I was at Weeder Publications back in 2000, 2001, I had a cat, and this is why I can't believe I got crushed. I got smashed for this. Deer Antler Velvet is an absolute fucking scam. However, I was in advertising at the time, and I sold an ad to a Deer Antler Velvet company. It was first coming out. It was in 2000. And so I was pretty excited. I've been working on this account for like 2 or 3 months. And so finally landed a half-page ad. Right? So next to Dr. Jim Wright, God rest his soul, Jim did not give a fuck. So the rule was we do not bash advertisers. This is the first month that this was in the magazine, this advertiser. So it wasn't on our do not shit on list. We literally had a list of supplements the editors could not talk trash about. It was dirty. It was nasty. But hey, I was 20 and I was just trying to make my way in the world. I guess for me, it was like, I didn't know. So anyway, Dr. Jim, again, became a great friend of mine, passed away. Look him up, Dr. Jim Wright. Man, what an amazing man. Taught me so much. He wrote an article saying, literally, I believe it was titled, Deer Antler Velvet is a scam. A full-page article shitting on Deer Antler Velvet. It was 100% correct. Still to this day, there is no evidence that suggests that Dr. Jim wasn't correct. There was my ad right next to it for Deer Antler Velvet. Yep, my big ad, my big close. And I was fresh, man. I only been with the company a few months, and I was like, remember I got the article, you get the print when it first comes out, you get it before anyone else. So I'm like, I refunded all their money. They never talked to me again. But guess what? After that, we never talked trash about Deer Antler Velvet. Back in the day, Muscle Tech would make crazy claims. But our editorial department could not say anything that in the least bit jeopardized our ability to take ads from them. Claiming crazy claims, crazy before and afters. And I can say this because the FTC sued them and they lost. But yeah, we fought. I was on the side that fought to censor. That was me. You want to know why? Because Muscle Tech was spending millions of dollars, 8 figures plus a year with us. I can argue that a lot of my career was because of that. And you know what? That's what they're doing right now. New York Times, free fall. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, they'd be out of business. And then they got this beautiful gift of Pfizer and Moderna and all these big pharma companies throwing 70+% of their ad revenue at them. Do you really think they're going to go out of their way to talk trash about them, even if it's true? No. Do you think they're going to tell the truth? I know from experience, I didn't. No. Do you think for 1 second that they're going to run editorial that's absurd? Like eat less, move more doesn't work for weight loss? You think they're going to actually like run stuff like that to get even more money? Hell yes, they are. They got bills to pay. They got family to feed. And it's up to people like me. I consider me an independent fitness journalist to come out and tell you, hey, here's what's really going on. However, I will state, I want to end with this. Do not go on TRT or inject hormones unless, one, you want to do it, you know the downsides, and you know that it's probably not that good for you long term, or you are medically diagnosed with a condition that causes you to have low testosterone, which means that injecting testosterone, getting you back to normal to high normal range, will be good for you. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to comment down below. What do you think about this? Rest in peace, Matthew Perry. All the stuff I'm saying, by all means, man. I don't care what he said. I don't care. Like, I know him as the actor who is really awesome, who was in a show I liked. Sucks that he died, but let's not shit on this guy's grave to sell more ads to Big Pharma. Come on, guys. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. That's not a game. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it.